Sorry about that, my computer decided it was a good idea to turn off. So I just had to get it going again. So while we wait for this to load, what are we doing? So yep. Yeah. So we've got the bridge all sorted. So what we were wanting to do was we were wanting to go and get those batteries. So I needed to go up that staircase through the door, and hopefully it doesn't crash again, because that would be a big problem. Okay.
That looks like a cargo transport path.
Confirmed, although currently disconnected from the power matrix and inoperative.
That could take us straight to the Archivarium if we can find a way to restore power.
A minimum of 3 industrial...
It doesn't look as if the magnetic storms have been quite as disruptive.
Incorrect. Widespread system disruptions detected.
Well, thanks for crushing that brief ray of hope.
So we're wanting a value of 2. So we had the patch limiter done. Almost. So here we go. So we've got that. We've got that one. Now those ones are correct. It's this one that's not. And I'm not entirely sure why it's not allowing it. Because theoretically, if we're looking at the green, that is correct, because we've got a limit to the front and a limit to the back and a limit at the point. However, if we then add in stuff for that, it's still not right. Indicate the nature of each one of interest and combined. Oh, I see. It's looking at what it would be in the combined function, not looking at g of x. So here, we would have a value going back, not forward. Oh, it's 0, but 0 is still a number. So we would have a value going back, but not forward and not present in the point. And theoretically, there we go. Yeah. So it's actually, yeah, it's looking at the actual combined value. So now we want to get a value of 2. So that'd be 1 times 2, or 0.5 times 4. Or the negative equivalence. But we don't have that, so we need to change it to a plus. We need to find a value of 2, so we want the forward limit. There we go, like so. So now we can move along. Alright, need to use the teleport over here. There we go, that's better. And now we can check out what's around here. Oh, it needs a battery in order to function, so there's almost certainly a battery elsewhere. So that's the wrong one. We'll go for the other end then. We'll go for the negative 2. Is there a value of negative 2? Yes. There we go. So now we can... oh yeah, we'll just use that, don't we? There we go. And let's see if we've got what we need up here. There's a battery, which is what we need. And now we see if there's anything over here. Apparently not, because the camera won't let me see. Oh dear. And now we can go back. So we can switch over to the positive 2. Wait. Oops. That's what we're looking for. There we go. And we can stick that battery in and hope it's the right spot to be putting it. Ah, I see.
Excellent work.
So that, and then we've got that, but that's not plugged into anything. So now we go back and we'll use the value of 6. So 6. So we have to use the multiplier in this case. We've got what? 1.5 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 6, but we don't have 1 and 6. So we're looking at 2 and 3, or 1.5 and 4. And we've got 0.5 and 3, but that's not right. 0.5 and 1.5, again not right. 2 and 2, that's 4. 4.5 and 1, no. Here we've got a value of 0, which isn't helpful for multiplying. Here we've got 2 and 3, so for the negative limit. There we go. Dang, there we go. Pressed the wrong button. There we are. I see, so, I mean, there is this place. Oh, I see, so I have to take back the battery from the other spot, maybe? Okay, so we want a value of 8, and these are added together. However, that's not possible because we don't have any point where they're both 4, so therefore we've got to use the patch limiter. So the combined function, so that point and that point is one thing. I think we're actually going to get a bunch of independent, no, okay. So at that point, that's times that, which is going to be 4 times 1 is 4. And going forward, you've got 1 and 5, which is, so that's 1.5. And then going back, you have 2 and 4. Okay, let's have a think about this. I mean, we can try and do it. No, 3 is the maximum. No, it's not that it doesn't exist at that point. Theoretically, that should be the case. Okay, let's try and just represent the green then. Oops, there. No. Let's try. Let's continue this. Place up to 3 orbs to fully describe the nature of each point of interest for f of x plus. It's plus. That's why I was thinking of multiply. That's wrong. So plus. So that plus that gives us 5. And 2. And that gives us 6. And 1.5. 1 is that, but that'll be. Wait, but it says times. So it is multiply. That says plus. Oh, because this is the multiplied function. That still means that I was thinking about it the right way. Okay. Fully describe the nature of each point of interest for f of x plus g of x. F of x and g of x have different continuity properties which affect their sum. Think carefully about the combined functions, limits, and values. So that's almost an upside down algorithm. You can still add their values together. I mean, I think I'm thinking about this correctly in regards to thinking about the different limits and all of that. Because yeah, negative limit gives us 2 and 4, which gives us a value of 6. The limit at the point gives us 4 and unless. Or... okay, I'm just going to try different combinations and we will see how this goes. And what if it's continuous? So the value at the point, right side limit, left side limit, two side limit, continuous from the right, continuous from the left. Maybe. I may have got it. So there's definitely a point, because those 2 points added together give a point. But what if it's that? No? No? Okay. Does it matter what order they're in? Think carefully about the combined functions. Ooh, excuse me. I may be quite quiet here as I think this through. Definitely exists. So we have 1.5%. Because that'll be a separate point, that'll be a separate point, and then that'll be a separate point. Okay. They are separate values, even if we add them together, they're separate values. So it's going to be What's that point's asymptotic? But they haven't dealt with asymptotes yet. And it's still equal to. That's not going to be the case. Because theoretically, at the point we have a value, and we have a right-sided limit and a left-sided limit. It's not continuous at any point. But I've done all of the combinations that allow for that. Unless we're going from the top to the bottom, unless it does matter what order these are in. So if we add them together, adding together, that's actually going to become that one for the top value, it'll be that for the bottom, and then it'll be that. Okay, so the order does matter. They want you to go from top to bottom, so I had the right idea, but it was the order that mattered. There we go. So we want a value of 8, so we now can do multiplication. So we want, well, we want a value of 8, don't we? There we are. That is good. So now I can jump over here, which the only thing I can think of being the reason for that is to then take that battery, because that somehow blocks something off. There we go. Yep, so moved something out of the way. And so now we can do that teleport. There we go. Now, that was a fun brain teaser one.
I know we have more pressing concerns, but is there no way we could mitigate the effects of the new cataclysm? Must it end with the sterilization of the planet?
According to projections, peak coronal ejections would not only incinerate all animal and plant life, but also render soil microflora inert.
There could be no coming back from that. But at least, if we disrupt the tether, we'll buy ourselves some more time.
Fun times. With Father gone, it becomes clear that our people are not as united as I once believed. The feud between my sister and I is mirrored in conflicts between our cities, and the as yet unanswered question of who now leads the Citadel. I still blame Ava for Father's death, but I cannot deny that we are both responsible for this political fiasco. The solar flares worsen as the new cataclysm draws ever nearer, and now we have a new problem as magnetic storms have struck every city. I begin to worry that my own modifications to the power matrix might have something to do with this heightened geomagnetic activity. Now Vatra, I think, was the one who wanted to do all the smart things, which would make sense if she's playing around with the matrix. That's the thing. Playing around with technology, wonderful idea as long as you understand what you're playing with, which mankind is rather good at not. So let's look at the patch limiter. So here we've just got one continuous limit. No, it does not. No, we have continuous limit. Yeah, just a continuous limit, I'm fairly sure. Now here we have, on the top, we have continuous that way, and then we have that one. Because this piece here is continuous, therefore it'll just mimic that. Now here we've got that continuous, so I'll just mimic that, which is a right, because it matters what order they're in. So it's like that. That should be. Yep, so that does not exist. There we go. That works better. So now we can use either plus or divide. Now the plus is easier, obviously, in some regards, because it is where it's supposed to be. So let's say we want a value of 2. We can just use it like that. And we'll see what's over there first. Now we do have that battery to be able to use, which is good. Voila. Hopefully that did something. So now, yeah, so it opened that door over there. So now we want that value of -2, I'm guessing. I think so, yeah. -2, which exists there for the positive limit. There we go. Now, hopefully we don't have to skip back. Wait, oh, yeah, no, that's a battery that can be taken. Does that need one put in? Nope. Good. So now we can jump back. And I think it was a value of 1. Yeah, 1. So we don't have any value of 1 here, so we have to go back to the divided, which means we have to take a point where they are equal, which is right there, in the positive direction. There we go. So, what's this here? So that's not linked up to anything. That'll allow for something later on so that we can pop in and do whatever it is that needs doing. Wait a minute. Ooh. No, right. There we go. So that closes that off.
You never cease to amaze me, Iqua.
Oh, but one thing... Yeah, no, we need to get that battery back because we don't need it down the bottom anymore, because we don't need that door opened anymore. So we do need to just switch back over. And we can go to there. Well, hey. Value of 2. There we go. And we can take that. Yep, so that's closed that door off, but that's alright. Go, now we want the value of 1 again, which we have to get through that. And we get there. There we go. And now we have another battery in the infantry, which is useful. So let's keep going, shall we? So we want a value of 3 or 4. Let's start with 4. Yes, because starting with 4, that allows us to jump that way, which... Not entirely sure how that would be useful, but we shall see. So let's go for 4. So there's no patch limiter in this case, so we're just working with what we've got. It's multiplied together. So we want 2 and 2, 1 and 4. We've got a negative 1 and 4 here. If we use the negative limit. So we'll just see if that's useful. Yes, because now we can take that battery. Can't we? Apparently, so we can only have 1 in inventory at a time. Makes sense. So we didn't need to do that for this one because we already had the 1 in the inventory. So now we want a value of 3. So what, 1 times 3? That's value of 3, that's value of negative 1. Yep, that works. There we go. I see what I have to do. So we put that battery in. We jump back here. And getting you to reinforce that lining again. Very nice. There we go. Because you have to make sure that you actually remember what it is that you're doing. Instead of just simply doing. Yeah. There. Oh, sorry. There. Go. And now we can open this gateway.
A solar vault! There will definitely be an industrial battery inside that we can use to power the cargo transporter.
To open the solar vault, determine when this function achieves the value marked by the horizontal line.
Interesting. So choose the obscured interval where the continuous function contains the... okay, so you're finding where the obscured function hits the orange. aka there. and then it'll be there. So these are pretty straightforward ones. Again, there. And we have there. So you're basically looking to see where the white line would cross over. So in this case you can see that it's coming through, and in this case it won't because it'll go through there, and in this case it'll go through down there, so it must be there. And then we go through that point.
That's the first battery. Well done.
Nice.
We need 2 more.
Good to know. Now we can hop on here. Yay! So there's a battery. Now another door is open. Very good. Going to explore down here, and it sounds like the door just closed behind us, which is always reassuring.
The menial workers and low-grade citizens of Vetrana turned to the Citadel, entreating their fellow people to come to their aid. With the assistance of the Iasans, Vatra's rule was overthrown and she was forced to step down. This marked the first time since Kalos had united the Mantha at the end of the Second Era that there had been an uprising among them. No blood was spilled. Yet this revolution marked a decisive end to the unity of the 3 cities, the future of which remained uncertain.
So it sounds like the place was getting rough even before they had anything to worry about. Anything real to worry about, at least. So we want values 2, 3, and 1, then there's a patch limiter. So in this case, the highest value will be that limit that's going that way. Then we have a limit just there, so we can check. Oh, no, because it's negative values, so it gets more negative. There we are, so that one has worked. Now here, it's just going to be one single continuous limit. Here is going to be... a continuous limit in each direction, and that'll be the highest value because it's on the 0, and then there will be a single limit there, so we can check that. No, maybe it's the other way around. Okay, so it's the other way around. Multiply. Why was that one? Oh, of course. It's higher on there, so then when it multiplies you get, yeah, okay. So here we just have another continuous. And here, so the highest value is going to be the forward one. Then we're going to have the continuous backwards one. There we go. So now we have sorted that out. Now, values, so adding together this one, we can actually get the value of 1 for... No, we can't because those 2 limits don't line. Ooh, that's a tricky move. So you have to use the patch limiter. Let's start with 2. 1, sorry. Start with 1. And once we've finished, once we've gotten the next battery, that'll be it for the day. So we want to go to the 3 next. How is there a value? Oh yeah, so we just switch this limit to the negative and then it goes to 3. There we are. So we want a battery in there. Go. That's probably helped something somewhere. I think they do need to play around with the camera work a bit. Ah yes, so that's probably put that platform in place, I think, so that now they can jump. So now we want a value of 2, which is going to be here at the point. There we go. And so again, we can take this battery here. Now we, yeah, those stairs are blocked off by the tree anyway, so we can jump over there, jump there, and we can camera. There we go.
There must be incredible aurora at the poles. Under different circumstances, I might appreciate the sublime beauty of what's happening.
Confirmed. Flux transfer through the magnetic tether manifests as energetic particle events as well as geomagnetic induction currents.
If the power matrix didn't span the planet, the consequences would be less severe. As it is, the magnetic storms discharge everywhere. There is no escaping it.
Yes, in case you didn't know, it's magnetic flux that causes the various aurora on the northern and southern poles. Because they're the magnetic poles, the magnetic flux is probably the greatest, I would assume. And that's physics. So let's just have a look at the patch limiter first. So here we're going to have a continuous. Here we'll have a continuous. Here it does not exist because there's an asymptote on the green, asymptote being a point which both sides of the graph approach but never reach. Same again here, there's an asymptote on the white, and then here it will be continuous. No? Oh, of course, because it's an asymptote, that means it exists from this side but not that side. And then same again. It exists on either side, but not. Yeah. So yeah, asymptotes, they exist on either side, but they don't exist at the point because it approaches that point without actually reaching it. So now we want a value of 4 first, because 1 will get us to that battery, but we don't need that battery at the moment. We need to place the battery first, so we want a value of 4. Is there? So there is a value of 4 here. And that patch limiter thingy makes life a lot easier. So very much easier. Okie dokie. So, yep, so we need 2 batteries. So we have to put that one in there. Then we need to come back. And then we go back to a value of 1. I mean, there was another one over there, but we will hold there. We'll get the battery. And then we'll go back. Then we'll switch back to the 4. Go. Jump down there. There, which opens up that,
Good.
which allows us to hop onto here. Very good. And this will probably get us close to that next solar battery, maybe?
Could the Mantha have escaped upon the star arcs? Is it even a plausible hypothesis, Preceptor?
Fuel to mass ratios indicate the entire Mantha population could not have escaped upon the interstellar transport vessels based upon their specifications.
Then where did everyone go? And where are the star arcs now?
Okay, so there's that over there, but we need to actually go through here somehow. But how? There has to be some sort of light path that lines up with them. Oh, through here, of course. There we are. So we're adding it together, so here's going to give us that 3. But there's that lower one as well. Wait, so if we do that, Right, so we need to get a 1 and a 2 because these two lights are accordingly set up. So the top one is based on the green and the bottom one is based on the white. So we need a 1 and a 2, so that is the negative limit. There we go. Voila.
Wonderful.
That's a fun trick. But now we can get to where we need to go, which is probably
Another solar vault. We're making progress.
Determine where this function achieves the value marked by the horizontal line to access the industrial battery inside this unit.
So again, we're looking for where it probably crosses the line. Now that's a bit tricky, because it crosses the line here, but at a glance you may think it crosses there, but in fact it'll cross over here, because it won't cross up here. Yeah. Then it'll cross there. Then it'll cross there. Then it will cross. They make you want to think it'll cross there, but it'll cross up here.
Another battery.
There we
Great
go.
work. Just one more now.
So we'll leave it at that for now. I do hope you enjoyed it again. But yeah, do have a good day, take care of yourself, all that, and I will talk to you next time.